In this video, we're going to talk about the greatest opportunity in all of crypto for all you people who are looking to get rich quick. Well, this isn't going to give you a dopamine hit because it's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of planning. But if you follow my instructions, you are going to get wildly and insanely rich beyond wild belief. Okay. So if you've already been watching my channel for a long time and you know the freaking drill, but then this may not be for you because a lot of people who watch and who've been in the community, in the circle for a long time, they don't want to hear about this. They want to hear about things like develop, utility, build, all this stuff. And that's important. That's very important. But what's the end result is the same no matter which way you go, whether it's utility, scale, whether it's use, standards, like MetaNet wants to do right now, the MetaNet Foundation and the standards. That's another way. All of these things lead to the great Bitcoin flippening. That's the bottom line. And right now you've got this this movie that's going to be premiering. I don't know. I haven't got to say. I don't know the date, but either way, it's in post production. They've already sealed the filming. This is called Killing Satoshi. Greatest story in all of crypto ever. Okay, so the old days, and if you, and this is for also for you guys who've been following for a long time, and you know about this stuff for a long time. There's no like, hold on. The old trolls are gone. They're gone. They're not being paid by Blockstream anymore. The entire, remember Satoshi sabotage whiteboard, kill Satoshi off, and that was his broken leg, the guy over there, my friend, and that whole team is gone. They're not around anymore. And you could see this because there is a counter psyop movie going on right now called called Finding Satoshi. Finding Satoshi is a counter psyop to Killing Satoshi, and nobody's paying any attention, especially nobody in the other side, like the BTC side, or any of these controlled opposition. They don't care. So before all the new people came around, there was a time way back in the day. I mean, even before I'm new, relatively speaking. Okay, so but I'm talking like when things started splitting up, and the whole story goes back 2017 when Bitcoin Cash was created, and the entire teams united, the Roger Ver team and the Calvin Ayre and the Craig Wright team, they all united around this Bitcoin Cash protocol to keep the original vision. And then a year went by, and the Hong Kong agreement fell apart between Jihan Wu and Roger Ver and Calvin Ayre and Craig Wright, and that whole thing split up, and then they went their separate ways, and that's what created Bitcoin BSV, the original vision, the original design of the creator. And what people are not paying any attention to right now is the actual the fact that all those people, the old people that hated on Craig, hated on Calvin, hated on me, before me even, hated on Kurt, they're just gone. That psyop is gone. So we have an entirely new movement. So these new people that are now coming in for the first time, they're learning about crypto. And I want to talk about one was crypto. I got to shout out Kate Maso. She's on fire on X. She's just a beautiful babe. We need more goddesses like Kate Maso out there on X who are public and brave and willing to take the heat out there, because beautiful babes in crypto and Bitcoin are really, they just go well together. So another one that I saw, Kate Maso had met another babe, a goddess, and she. Hold on, we got a mic problem. That was cool. She recognized me, said hello. Said, "Hey, Gavin, what's going on?" How they recognize me out here, I don't know. I'm up on the top of Grizzly Peak. This is the very top of the mountain right here. I mean, you can't even see. Look at that freaking view, right? It's the fall fogged in, way off in the distance in San Francisco, but you can't even see it. It's too fogged in right now. So here's the bottom line. We've got this, this new goddess. She was on X right now, and I saw her. Yeah, she's talking about going to this conference in Las Vegas. It was I don't know her name. Anyway, someone that Kate recognized, I think it was Bitcoin Barbie, something like that. I don't know her yet, but I'll bring her on a space and talk to her and motivate her, because we need to have more goddesses like that. And she's going to go to the Las Vegas Bitcoin convention, and I'm planning on going. I'm going to be out there with the some of the stuff I can't say. So planning on being out there with some important people. That's what all I'm going to say. So, and this is all like leading up to the great Bitcoin flippening. So, I want to meet her. I want to meet anyone else who's like seeing, like hearing about this for the first time. And they think, Bitcoin, what's that? How do we hear about it? How do we flip this thing? That's where the opportunity's coming. So bottom line, I've got this Las Vegas convention coming up. It's going to be, I guess, Bitcoin at the end of the month. I want to plan on going to that. I got a space coming up. And the biggest opportunity in crypto of all time is not your degen, normal meme coin. You're not going to get rich quick. Well, you're going to get rich pretty quick, but it's not going to be any dopamine hit. The dopamine hit's going to take a minute. When I say a minute, I mean, give it time. Let it nurture. Let it cure. Let the movie come out, right? Let this other stuff come out. Let the marketing team come out. Let this other executive team behind the scenes come out. Let these other plays that are in working come out, like as things are rolling out in the plan, okay? Because remember, we're in an alternative reality too, which is Copa v. Wright. Craig wins. We're in, Satoshi lives. Craig takes the reins at the Satoshi, fortune and the top of Satoshi and everything, and all that happens, and everyone lives happily ever after. But in this case, we're in alternate 2. Craig loses Copa, and he kills off Satoshi. And that's the other plan that we're living in right now. So don't forget that. That was planned since 2017. So people think, oh, he lost the case on purpose. He didn't lose the case on purpose. He had this is called strategic planning. This is a high-level litigation, just business strategy. That's all. So we're living in alternative reality too, which is kill off Satoshi, bring out the movie, bring out this massive marketing team behind it, and great immunity. So that's the most exciting story of all time in any crypto, Bitcoin, anything. You'll never find a better story. So if you're looking for like entertainment, and value, like, dude, the creator of Bitcoin killed off the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto, killed off for good, destroyed, eliminated. How? The entire operation. I mean, I'm breaking down some of the previews right now. That's going to be the espionage, the spy thriller, this corporate espionage. Think about guy on the racetrack comes in, spikes the drinks of Satoshi, comes in. Hey, nice to meet you. How you doing? I want you to come in. Oh, you're Satoshi Nakamoto. Oh, so nice to meet you. You're amazing. You're a hero. You're a legend. Butters him up. All of a sudden, he's inside the hen house, takes the role. This is Edgar Hansen, takes the roles at Enchain, the very top. And he's running the trial. I'll run your trial for you at Copa. I'll run your expert witnesses. I'll make sure that you get the best experts, and we'll do a practice role play. And what do the experts do? Now, I've talked to other people. My guy, let's call him Dan Scavino. I'm not just going to call him Dan Scavino. This is a very important guy. In the system, or not the actual Dan, but I'm just calling him that as a nickname. I talked to my guy Dan, and he tells me, he's like, well, Craig, that guy Edgar Hansen, he's not smart enough to actually plan this out and make those experts lose and agree like that. He's not smart enough to do that. And I agree. Edgar Hansen, he doesn't have the brain power to actually to think the case well through enough to think about, hey, experts, just agree with the other side, and that'll make Craig lose the case. I'm going to kind of give it to, Dan on that one, that it's probably unlikely that he's more of just such a bumbling idiot that he just, Christian Edgar Hansen intentionally was so out of it. The experts agreed and he didn't pay attention. And Craig was trusting in him as the business, as the Copa manager. So that all of a sudden the case goes sideward. The experts agree. He's declared not Satoshi. He brings in all the best evidence. It didn't matter how much evidence he brought at that point, how much testimony he had. It didn't matter. He was not going to be Satoshi. Even Miller, he couldn't even rule for him. And then that's why we challenged Miller. Craig brought the big passing off case, which you haven't seen the last of, by the way. The passing off case, that's where the $1 trillion, it was a $911 billion case against BTC. And then Copa came back in and said, we want contempt on Craig Wright. They bring him into the court and want him arrested right there. Remember, that's the big night. And I contact Craig. I'd been following the case. We did that big space, 1,000 people signed this petition saying, we want to investigate Judge Miller. He's corrupt. 1,000 people, 1,200 people signed the thing, starts going viral over the weekend of Thanksgiving weekend 2024. Jack Dorsey, we finds out, shuts it down. He's the controlling member of and the leading influencer over there at change.org. And then also, of course, the founding member of Copa. So we thought, man, this is just corruption to the max. We can't even get anything done. So that's when I said, Dr. Wright, I contacted him and I said, I have a bad feeling about this whole contempt thing. You need to challenge. Will you let me challenge the judge with you? Because I said Miller's in on it. He's going to rule against you, and I think he's going to. I don't like the looks of this, and I was being neutral the whole time. Every time I reported on the case, every single day, neutral as hell. But when I saw the corruption and you shut down the change.org petition, they shut down, and that was the same guy, Jack Dorsey. I saw that, and we couldn't even speak our minds and get our word out there. And then Dr. Wright's coming in for contempt after filing a case, which he didn't say he was Satoshi at all. It was a passing off case saying he was hurt and influenced. He was damaged as a minor. Now, the point is that I filed the affidavit. Craig Wright ghosts the court, doesn't show up. This is all part of the movie again, right? Satoshi, middle finger to the court, doesn't show up, flees the country. They give him a 2-year suspended sentence saying, just be a good boy for 2 years, Craig. Don't do any bad stuff and you're okay. And he has to really kind of a gag order, just be really, really, really on his best behavior for 2 years until December. And then after that, he's off of the warrant. So he's off the suspended sentence. Yeah, off that suspended sentence. And here he is back again, just like Crypto Voyager would say. He's like, he's out there calling himself Satoshi again on his website. I doubt that's going to happen, but Crypto Voyager likes to joke and troll me about saying that's going to happen in December. And that would be funny. So, but the bottom line is we got the most exciting story in all of crypto. So if you want to get rich in crypto, if you think you're going to get rich in some little meme coin in Solana or BTC or some Ethereum or ADA or trading these shit coins, it's high risk. You might be able to do some high frequency trading if you know how to do those. I mean, you might. It's high risk, but at the end of the day, the real big opportunity is the flippening. All right. And that's what this is all leading up to, is the great Bitcoin flippening. Okay. So I'm proud to say that I'm right at the front lines of it and bringing it forward. And I'm, going to make history because of it. All right. So that's the bottom line. We're all going to make history, but we are going to freaking do this. It's going to happen. So yeah, it's a little motivation. I'm up here on the top of the mountain, the Grizzly Peak with the fog, with the beautiful fog coming in. I wish I could show you the city, but I can't. It's a great day. Hit the ones. My name's Gavin Mehl. If you haven't seen my shows before, I'm on X, YouTube, here. I put my contact information, kind of in a secret way, so people can find it if they know where to look. But my direct contact information. Otherwise, there's other ways to reach me. But that's anyways. I'll see you at the top. Okay, and yeah, be sure to subscribe and get ready. Get ready, people. Get ready. The train is coming. It's called the Great Bitcoin Flipping. I'll see you at the top.